Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my diary. If it's your first time of seeing my beautiful face, my name is Yimika, and on this channel, I create content that relates to sewing, fashion, beauty, and lifestyle as an African living here in the UK. Please do well to subscribe to this channel and join our amazing community. So in this video, I will be carrying you along as I make myself this beautiful blouse I'm putting on and also showing on the screen. So I made this blouse using this pattern by Newlook. It's the Newlook N6678 pattern. It's a pattern for both the blouse and the trousers, but this is for the blouse. I decided to make a circle skirt to go with this blouse because I thought that it would give the blouse a more elevated look, or better put, an owambe. Owambe is like a party, or we know as party in Nigeria, party look. I got this on Amazon. I would do well to put the link. This is very straightforward in my opinion. Now I'm using a brocade. So this blouse is meant to have buttons, but I did not want buttons on my blouse on this particular one anyways. So I made a few adjustments that you would see in this video. Secondly, I added lining. Now, let me be honest, my sewing method, please don't criticize my sewing method too much. If at all you would criticize it, be nice about it. It's the lazy way of sewing this, of making this. Lazy in quotes, lazy because this method I used would allow me to make my alterations without having to do too much in terms of having to force to losing the allowances, the joinings, the fabric itself, and then come down to the lining. Secondly, it is not time consuming. It is very easy, straightforward. I'm also hoping to make this exact blouse with buttons in my upcoming projects. Anyways, I think I've said so much already. Let's get into this video. For my front piece, I folded in the button allowance and then I added half of an inch to the top of my pattern for sewing allowance since I'm using lining. And I also added 1 inch to the side because of my lining. I also added 1 inch to the bottom, to the hemline, because of lining as well. You would see how how this came out useful in the video. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out my lining as well. For my back piece, so for my lining, I will not be adding 1 inch allowance to the hemline like I did for my fabric. So I folded that 1 inch inside. So I'm cutting the actual size and shape of So this is my fabric, my front piece already cut out. This is what it looks like and this is what the lining looks like. Now to join together, I'm going to start at the hemline. I would put my fabric, I would match the hemline of both the fabric and the lining. I'm going to use pins to hold them together, and I would sew half of an inch. I would join by half of an inch sewing allowance. So this is what we have. I've joined them together, and then I'm going to pull this upward. I'm just going to pull the lining upward so that my fabric goes inside. On the wrong side, note that I joined the two right sides together. So I would then pin it this together with my pins, and I would go ahead to join at the sides, and then now for this kind of fabric, this is brocade fabric. I did well to use a iron shoe, protect the fabric from direct heat. If you have something like this, it will be very helpful. Now you can see that I added medium weight interface into the front neckline and the back necklines. I'm just showing that again. Now I'm going to fold my fabric into two to at the center line to match, and then I'm going to use my pattern again to going to place my pattern on my fabric, match the center or the center front rather of my pattern to my fabric, and then I'll hold it together with pin or clips or anything suitable. But the next thing we are going to do is to transfer our dart. So I'm going to go in, I'm using size 8, so I would go in with my pin on the first circle of the dart, and then the next circle, trace it down, use my pin. I will just be placing my pins on all the circles for the particular dart size I'm aiming for. You can place your you can transfer your dart in any method, using any method you prefer. And I'm going to just open and use my tailor's chalk to mark the first point, and I would remove my pin carefully. Then I would move to the next one and also use my tailor's chalk to mark that point. I'll do this for all the points, one after the other. The next thing for me will be to connect the dots using lines. Now this is my strap. and I added lightweight, very light, soft interfacing. You can see it's very soft to my strap, my blouse strap, and the easiest thing to do is to join together, sew together. But you would see that. So I've given this a good press, and I would go ahead to sew my strap. I also I've also gone ahead to transfer my dart to my back pieces, and this is what we have. So I would join my button, my blouse strap to the blouse line with maybe a quarter of an inch, with like a quarter of an inch, but it's easier to join, to sew the strap together at the other side, unfolded side, before you attach to your blouse, which is what I had to do to sew this together at the other unfolded side. Yes, sew this together before you attach to your blouse. So this is what I have now. I've attached this to my blouse. It's about a quarter of an inch or thereabouts, because this is going to go inside anyways. Now, the next thing for me to do is to cover this up with my lining. So just watch me. I will put in my strap and bring my lining to the other side. You can replay this such that the two right sides of my fabric and my lining are together with the strap inside, and then I would join together on the wrong side. I would hold this down with a pin, just like you're putting everything inside. It's very easy and straightforward. Just pay attention to it. This method allows me to cover up my sewing without having to use another extra piece of clothing, which comes with the pattern anyways, but I just wanted to avoid that. So this is what we have. I've also joined at the back with using similar process. You join the strap to the blouse neckline, and then you also put everything inside out and join. I've gone ahead to attach the zip or the zipper to this zipper allowance. Now for my sleeve, I made it a bit bigger than size 8 because I wanted more pleats both at the hemline and at the shoulder line. So I folded in like 2 inches for my elastic band, which was a bit much, I know, but it was also too long. So this is just me inserting my elastic using my safety pin I will stitch this down and then attach my sleeve to my blouse, and this is what we have. Now a few cons of number one is that because the dart, I'm guessing because the dart did not extend to the neckline, the blouse neckline has a tendency to gape. But I was able to get by with this because I used my fashion tape to hold down my neckline in place. So when I bend down, it doesn't get revealing. And I also use that to stabilize my shoulder strap. If you have those struggles too, you can try out using the fashion tape. I would put the picture on the screen and maybe put the Amazon link the way I got mine from. Yes, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Yimeka, and until next time I come your way on this channel, I'm sending you lots of love from here to you wherever you are. See you in my next one. Bye.